What's up guys, it's Aaron. In this video we are talking about the X-Wing platform from Latitude Outdoors. With over 50 sits over this last season on this thing, I have a very thorough evaluation, and I'm also going to share some simple modifications that I've made to make it that much better, make it that much more efficient, to make sure your next season is a home run. The first thing you're going to notice about this platform is the shape and the design. This thing is truly one of one. There's not another product out there on the market like this. If you look at all the other platforms that are out there, they're all very similar. This thing is in a class of its own. And I'll admit, when I first got it, I was a little hesitant. I thought maybe the total surface area being a little bit smaller would limit me, might make me a little bit uncomfortable, especially when I do these all-day sits that I do so frequently. What I can share with you after 50 sits this year is that because of all the different surfaces you can arrange your feet, you never experience fatigue, and it also helps you be a lot more effective when you're either trying to hide from deer and stay on the back side of the tree or position yourself for a shot, which I'll show you when we actually get on the tree here. It comes in right at 2.5 pounds and it packages up really nice for transport. You can either carry it this way on your backpack, or what I do a lot is I'll carry it vertical, and then I'll align my sticks vertical down the middle there and strap them down with compression straps. Let's actually get this thing on a tree now, but real quick I want to show you how I attach it to my saddle as I ascend and descend the tree. So on the back here I have a Kydex carabiner. It's like a plastic carabiner on the back here, and I just clip this on and drop it down. And now as I'm hanging my sticks and climbing, it's hands-free, it's out of the way. And the second that I need it, I reach back there, unhook it, and I'm good to go. So when I would get to my hunting height, I'm standing on my top stick, I would have my lineman belt attached, but just for the sake of doing this quick, it works like a lot of other traditional platforms. It's got a cam buckle strap, which I have some mods on there, and I'll share that. But all you do, loop it around the tree, hook it back onto itself. And then while it's in the vertical position, cinch that thing down. And then it's gonna hold your side pressure really well. And then one feature I really like is this knob. It's actually raised above the platform, so you can either spin it with your foot or with your hand. I normally just do it with my hand. But overall, I like a slight downward angle when I set my platform. Some people like it completely level, but there's all sorts of room for adjustments. So I've been on some really gnarly trees. So now we're up here in the saddle. We're gonna pretend like we're 20 foot up at hunting height. But one of the features of this design is that there's two flat surfaces, and it's designed and meant to give you a little bit wider, more athletic stance. And I found that it's a lot more comfortable to sit like that versus a lot of the traditional platforms are just small squares, and you're basically sitting there with your feet together and your knees together. This allows you to be a little bit more athletic, give the boys a little bit of breathing room. And then what that also does, with all the different angles and surfaces you have, you can start working your way around the tree a lot better to give you some of the shot angles that would be a little more difficult to get from a traditional platform. It almost acts like a ring of steps without having to carry a ring of steps and set up a ring of steps. If you do like a ring of steps, this platform and the other platform from Latitude pair really well with the ring of steps. There's actually a 1-inch slot built into the post of this, so you can put it right in there. It'll hold your strap in place, and then you can just continue this around the tree and have a complete ring of steps with a main platform to stand on. Previous years, I would lean 100% of the time, even on all-day sits from dark to dark. I found this year, I found myself resting a lot more. I think something about having my feet a little bit closer to the tree made that even more comfortable. So I started wearing knee pads this season while I was hunting, and I'd mix up resting in a sitting position and then standing. And it was nice because depending on where I expected my shot opportunity to come from, a lot of times I found myself standing off to the side here because I just had the angles to be able to do so. I wasn't always facing the tree exactly perfect with my feet how they're designed to be. I'd pivot and be on one of the 90s. And what that allowed me to do is hide from the deer coming a little bit better, and then when I did want to step around the tree for a shot, I had the ability to do so, and I could continue to work my way around the tree. But just while I'm sitting and waiting, I found myself on one of those 90s pretty often. And not to say you couldn't do that with a different platform, but I felt like it was a lot more comfortable. I just never found my feet getting fatigued sitting in one position all day. Another thing about this platform is it bites to the tree extremely well. This tree is one of the more difficult ones to get. It's got that really thick, rigid bark, but even still, it handles side pressure extremely well, and those wings are designed to give you the ability to do that without falling off your platform or falling into the tree. I really enjoyed this platform. I thought for the weight and the size, there's not much I would change about this, if anything. For your strong side shots, just a natural stance. You gotta shoot in front of the tree. You can pivot around the tree. For your drop shot or a shot behind you, I would just swing to this 90, rotate my bridge a little bit, and shoot this way. And then to shoot the offside, it's all personal preference. If you're using a ring of steps, or even with this platform, I could work myself all the way around the tree, put my knee into it, and get a shot there. There's other people that would prefer to do it more like a tree stand and shoot the offside. What I found to be the best option for me, and I have shot deer this way, is just to go up and over the bridge, and your bridge and your hips can rotate. So I just rotate, go up and over, and then I can shoot that. If it was more like right over here, which I ran into this year with my target buck before he bust me, I would just lean back and shoot that way. But there's so many configurations, so many positions you can stand. Now let's run through the things that I've done to make this platform just that much better. And the first thing is you'll see this camo adhesive back felt. Those are stealth strips, and I'll link to all this stuff down below in the description. But what that does, silence any metal to metal. As you're hiking in, you're scouting, you're trying to get as close to these buck beds as possible, or trying to set up as close to these doe bedding areas to catch bucks cruising by in the rut. You want to be able to set up as quiet as possible. So this just deadens any noise. I covered the majority of the bottom surface, just in case I'm swinging something and it hits that, it's gonna be quiet. The outer surfaces, the post, just trying to cover any surface that's not gonna get a lot of wear. These edges right here, as my feet are on the edge, they'll roll and they'll make that a little bit messy, but that doesn't bother me. But that's the first step with any climbing stick, any platform, any tree stand that I use. I'm stealth stripping anything that could possibly make noise. Any metal to metal contact, any metal that I think other metal pieces in my setup might hit, that's getting stealth stripped. The second thing that you'll see is this camo neoprene cover that I have over the cam buckle. And what that is, again, same thing. This is a metal buckle in there, and it's meant to make that as quiet as possible. And what that is, it's a kayak grip. I buy these yak grips. They come in a pack of 2. I cut them in half, and they fit over these buckles really, really nice. And the buckles still function like they're supposed to. You push the button down, you're able to loosen it. It works just the same. But I found this way to silence the buckles a lot more effectively than just stealth stripping them. And usually the buckle's what you're swinging around the tree to grab. This way, if it clanks on anything or hits the tree even, I mean, I'm hitting that against the metal there and it's dead silent. So yak grips. And then the last thing that I've done is found a way to really organize your straps and manage your straps. I want to be able to pack this up super neat and not have a big mess when I go to set up in the dark the next morning. So what I did is I added this shock cord loop to the end of the loop that would go around the Versa button. And what that allows me to do, it just gives me a little bit of flexibility in where I hook this thing. So I could wrap it around on the wing, and now this thing's not going anywhere. And then when I get to my spot, I just unhook it, unravel the strap, and then I'm ready to rock. Or I could hook it onto the standoff. Same thing, it's gonna keep everything nice and tight. And then when I get up to hunting height, take my platform off, undo it, comes right off. Super well organized. I got my cam buckle strap that's wrapped in neoprene, not going to make any noise. I could pass this around the tree, hook it back onto itself, and I'm hunting. So those are just a few things that I've done to make an awesome platform even more efficient. So if you guys are looking for a lightweight, super compact platform that will make you even more lethal in the field, check out the X-Wing from Latitude Outdoors. It's linked down below if you want to go directly to their site. Make the investment in yourself as a mobile hunter. Take good care of your gear. It'll last you decades. But thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next one.